Yeah, hello, welcome and welcome to Roundtable on OGTV. Nice having you join us again. Today, it's a new week. It's the first episode in the month of July. And I also, it's be appropriate for me to welcome you to a new month on the show today. Like we'll do on the program today on Roundtable, we're looking at the impact of constituency projects in development, and I have joining me also in the conversation in the studio, I have my guest standing by to provide solution to all problems that might arise from all the questions and to give answers to the questions. Constituency projects were introduced to bridge the gap between government and the grassroots by addressing unique needs of local communities, from schools to healthcare centers to roads, borehole markets, and empowerment initiatives. These projects are expected to improve the quality of life of ordinary citizens. But several questions remain that are constituency projects achieving their intended purpose? Are communities truly benefiting? And how can transparency, accountability, and of course, sustainability be strengthening? To help us unpack this today, I have with me, joining me in the conversation, because I have, like I said, suitable guests for the topic today. And we'll be joining by Alaja, yes, I'll call her Bere Mujidat Balogun, a respected stakeholder and a community advocate with first-hand knowledge of grassroots development. Join me as I welcome in the studio today, Bere Mujidat Balogun. Nice having you.
Thanks for having me. Good morning, viewers.
Thank you so much. And like I said from my introduction, what we're looking at is as simple as anybody who think of the impact of constituency projects in development. But as a community person, you understand what it means. Constituency projects are more like dividends of democracy. But if you want to do an holistic analysis of what we are having now, we have government in power. If you look around you, the communities, can you say that to an extent we can just say, okay, we are receiving, or people are actually having this constituency project to the benefit, or the constituency projects are actually targeted to the citizen?
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. Good morning, viewers, once again. When we talk about constituency projects, we are talking about projects being facilitated by the electives, by the representatives of the constituency, and it's a kind of bridge between the people and the government, the grassroots and the government. So to answer your questions, whether they are really impactful or how is it going? Well, like in Ogun State, we've seen some senators. Example is the Ogun West senator. You can see how massively he has impacted with facilitated projects in the area of roads, markets, town halls, community health care, and rural electrification by means of solar street lights. Then, be that as it may, we may say that we need more transparencies in the area of handling. The community must be ready to be involved in the need assessments of their constituency. They must be ready to do a kind of a kind of oversight concerning any project that is coming to their communities. A lot of community projects are being handled even by the beneficiaries. So a situation where you see street lights that were supposed to be installed properly to be able to stand whatever storm or flood and so on, because of what we have, you and I know, surely jobs are done. Even when the representatives bring the projects, we have surely implementation of such projects, and even the stakeholders that should be the beneficiaries, that are the beneficiaries and should be the beneficiaries, to be the ones even conniving. We have roads. We have a lot of roads that constituency projects are brought to us. Example of this is Imeko Iwoye. The road had not even put in use when the whole tars were already coming off there. The street lights, like you can see the one in Olomori, you can see those ones in Olomori. We really expect the representatives that facilitated such projects to still come and do an oversight concerning the quality of job done. Then for full benefit for people, for stakeholders and the constituency to benefit, they must be ready to participate in the area of need assessment, in the area of oversight, and in the area of monitoring. That is it quality job that is done, but those ones are lacking. Those ones are lacking. I must commend the Ogun State representatives, especially the Ogun West representative. He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot.
Okay.
To facilitate transformers, and people will go and vandalize those transformers.
Okay, let's look at it this way. We all know how significant this constituency project is to lives and livelihoods of the citizenry. You know, this also helps in driving grassroots development in a way. But when you look at it, some communities, as it were, still lack these basic amenities, despite, like I've said, billions of naira spent on constituency projects. So now you look at it and you think that there is a problem somewhere. So your own way, like you've mentioned in your submission here, that okay, maybe people are not transparent enough, maybe those who are to take care of the project are not doing enough. But where do you think the problem lies, if not that alone?
I will start with any representative that is voted for. The constituency has the right to challenge them if they are not seeing anything from that side. If it is happening in constituency A and constituency B is not getting those representatives, those people that are representing us are more influential than the other. But at least on the average, if there's no performance from such representative, you ask the town hall, the landlord association, you create a kind of town hall meeting and challenge that, look, this is happening this way here and we are not getting it. Then secondly, there are some representatives that their impacts are not even felt at all. You don't even know whether they are there. What are the stakeholders doing? Is it that they will sit down and say, you will still come back to ask for our vote? No. You take it to their doorstep. If they are not accessible, you put it on the social media. That look, this road is here, this road is here, where are you? We need town hall, we need quality health facilities. Where are you? So because we are so docile as a people, we are so docile, and we most of us do not even know our rights. The voters, the grassroots, the stakeholders, they have the right to challenge their representative that, look, what are you doing? We need this, we need that, we need so and so. So please, what are you doing by facilitating this to come to us? There are a lot of communities that do not have lights. Even electricity has not even gotten to that place. What is their representative doing? They have the right to ask. But we are not asked. We have the culture of complaints, but no solution. Then what everybody should take, what everybody should see their representatives is to move from the culture of complaints to culture of solution. If the representative does not know what to do, bring it to his attention. And if he didn't do it, then you now know that we start making noise about it and call attention. If you keep quiet, a short mouth is a short destiny. So I commend the Ogun West senator very well, because I've not seen a senator that has done this kind of thing. Most of the time, you don't even know who the senators are. You only know the reps and you only know the House of Assemblies. But this one, he really shook ground and made impact. And it's so impactful that even beyond Ogun West. So what are the other senators doing? Okay. What are the other reps doing? Okay, what are the other House of Assembly members doing concerning their constituency projects?
Let's also look at it this way. You know, we've had cases, we've seen reports, you know, analysis have shown that several of these projects are actually, you know, constituency projects are actually existing on paper, you know, talking about transparency. And when you see such a project not being implemented as expected, they're planning to, you know, let's say sink borehole in a community now. These are projects that people believe, so criticism, you know, they say that exist on paper. But talking about transparency, what do you think we should do in this regard to actually strengthen, strengthen it in a way? Because people, these representatives also must be transparent enough that we will be able to say that, okay, you are going to give this project to this community, making sure it gets to the community, not just on paper. How do we go about achieving this?
Thank you very much. How go about such projects that are on paper and that they are not in existence? The project to have location, the name of the location. What are the obas doing? What are the ballets doing? What are the community leaders doing? Because at least I contested in 2019 and I went around and I got to a place where they sank borehole and the borehole didn't get to water, and they now brought a tanker overnight to fill the tank, to fill the tank, and they now put timing on how when they will fetch the water, and when by the time the water finished from the tank, and that was the end of it. The borehole up to the time that 2019 that I was there was no water. They share brook. It's not even brook. I don't know what they call this, where water during dry season it will dry, and during rainy season it will collect water. A swampy, a damp area, and a swampy area, and they dig a hole there. That's where the cows drink water from. That's where. What is the ballet of that place doing? And if it's in the city, what are the community leaders doing? You must be interested in the activities of your representative, either at House of Assembly, House of Rep, or Senate. We as stakeholders, we must have interest to follow up on whatever is claimed to have been done, check records, get people to monitor those projects, and speak out.
Okay, should there be an independent body? Are you actually looking at it? Maybe should there be an independent body, responsible for the monitoring of this constituency project nationwide? When you talk about accountability, strengthening transparency and accountability, will you be suggesting that there be an independent body, that actually responsible for monitoring and evaluation of all these constituency projects as they were being assigned, or they are being proposed, or they are being contracted by these lawmakers or representatives?
People should volunteer, because remember, the representatives are only to facilitate and oversee the projects. They will facilitate. They will do, first of all, do need assessment, then facilitate that project and do oversight. But because they are far away from the people, maybe the House of Assembly is close, the House of Rep is in Abuja, the senators are in Abuja, they must have representatives. Since they are the ones that are facilitated, they must have a team, a quality control team, to go and check what quality of job is being done. Then the ballers and the obas and the community leaders must rise up and do not look at it that they are constructing road. We don't even know what they are doing there. We should get, as stakeholders, we should get interested. Anytime we see any project coming into our communities, we must volunteer. And it is the responsibility of the baler, the community leaders, and the oba to see that quality jobs are being done. Or if they just came to put a mark and people disappear from such projects, alarm should be raised. Alarm should be raised. There was one in Imeko. I'm from Imeko. There was a big hospital facilitated to come down to Imeko, and they now brought their own contractor, not from the locals, and that one just did shoddy job and disappeared. Our king, he followed up, and that guy was brought to book, and he was begging, and I don't know, I didn't follow the story to the end, but as at the time I followed that story, he was asked to refund whatever money he has received, and the contract was retrieved from him and given to another person. That is how to monitor projects. But we, we as a people, we just feel less concerned, but we will complain. Complaining without providing solution will take us nowhere. It will take us nowhere. And remember the kind of people we are. When people attain certain level, they are no longer accessible. The social media is there. By the time you start shouting on social media, in fact, he will be the one to make a call through to you and do the right thing. So we as people, we have the responsibility to monitor whatever constituency project that is being brought to our own constituency or to our own community. There have to be volunteers, maybe landlord association, community leaders, and so on and so forth. We just ask for volunteers and they make themselves known to the contractor that we are here to monitor what you are doing. And when he's not cooperating, you raise the flag.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, let's quickly take this question now before we go for this short break. Yes, there are records. Records have shown that the level of what's it called, poverty in the country is a bit high if you check. And of a fact, there are factors responsible for this, and one of which is lack of access to maybe basic amenities, lack of empowerment. So how do you think constituency projects can better empower young people or women in a way that will also make them also contribute to the economic growth?
People should come together, form a cooperative, form groups, form this, form that, and make their representation. There are a lot of empowerment facilities that are being advertised from the federal government, from the state government, and so on and so forth. When you go as a person, you may not achieve it. But if you go as a group, especially the artisans, when you go there as a group and you make your representation and you follow it up, it will happen. But a lot of the representatives are just getting away with a lot of things because we don't know our rights.
Thank you so much for that insightful contribution. Yes, if you're just tuning in your television to OGTV, the program is Roundtable, and we're looking at the impact of constituency projects in development. And I've had with me in the discussion Bere Mujidat Balogun, who is also a community advocate and a stakeholder in the topic of discussion. Yes, we'll go for this short break when we'll also be joined by another resource person who will also be telling us his own perspective of the topic. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Fellow Nigerians, do you know that constituency projects are actually your projects? Do you know that constituency projects are funded by the federal government? Do you know that you can track release of constituency project funds for projects located in your constituency and follow up to know how they have been executed? Constituency projects happen because government does not want to leave any community out in development efforts. You have a responsibility to know what constituency project has been planned for your community, how much has been allocated for it, and whether value for money has been delivered. Take ownership of constituency projects located in your community. Protect them because they belong to you. Government knows about your needs and is planning for you. Government needs your help to ensure quality delivery. Know that constituency projects are actually your projects. Protect your constituency project. My constituency, my project.
For information on funds allocated to projects in your constituency, call 0800 2255 4272.
This message is from the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission and the National Orientation Agency.
Yes, glad to have you again. It's still Roundtable on OGTV, and we're being joined by Honorable Bode Adeaka, a former majority leader of the Ogun State House of Assembly and also a respected legislator with years of experience in governance and public policy. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of the program today. Yes, Going back to the topic of discussion, we're looking at the impacts of constituency projects in development. Honorable Adiaga, looking back at your years in the legislature and what constituency project has been, what you know it to be, looking back, are you most proud of the achievement gotten through constituency project or otherwise? And if you're proud or if otherwise, then what are things you want to tell us today?
Our constituency project came up because of the promises. We have three tiers, let me say, of government. You have the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. And the executive is the one controlling fund. And during campaign, people will go, it is not the president alone that will say, I'm doing this project, I'm doing this project. Even councillors will still say this. Those at the houses of assembly will still promise people. And you find out that over the years, you have to lobby the government, the executive, before most of these projects could be done. And people at home will just be asking you, you promise us that you will bring light. You promise us that you will bring water. You promise us that you will repair our roads. We have not seen anything. They don't understand that it is the executive duty. Yours is to make laws. So over the years, you find out that people will say, well, you promised us when you are campaigning, you didn't do anything, you are coming. So the legislature now decided to bring in what we call constituency project, so that in their constituency, what they have promised people that they will do, they will be able to at least achieve some of it. That is what came about by the constituency project. And even if a vote is made available, it is the executive who is supposed to do it, but we found out that the executive wouldn't do it as the legislature who has promised. So sometimes they vote the money. This is the constituency project for you to go to your constituencies. What you promise them, go and do what you could do. Then we have the councillors at the local government level. You have at the state level the members of the houses of assembly, and you have the Senate and the senators and the members of House of Rep. Each of them has promised people what they will do. Something that is a good idea, but the execution is what is. The execution is not. If you go, I mean, every time you find out that from the the constituency project is your project. Please supervise it. Make sure it is. Make sure find out that majority of the what I could see, those people who the legislators, let me put it that way, majority of them don't appropriate the fund for what it is meant for. So that is the snag there. That is the snag there.
The funding now redirects me to this question. The funding you mentioned. So should funding of constituency projects increase or remain same, or be redirected to other, government programs instead of making it? Because from your submission now, it's looking like the execution of the project, we have, records of some projects, believe from analysis, people are saying these projects are mostly, or most of the time, on papers. Fine, we would not rule out the fact that we still have some, representatives who are actually, making sure that, these are meant for constituency project, and the execution is followed to the latter. They are making sure that all of these things are done to the benefit of the electorate, those who, voted them in the office. They are able to the dividends of democracy. But talking about funding, do you think this problem we are having as a part of where constituency projects are not well delivered, maybe the funding should also be redirected to other government programs, or probably have an increase? Maybe you want to say it is not enough.
It shouldn't be directed to other government programs, apart from the one that each legislator is supposed to state what he or she wanted to use the fund for, and it will be cost. Yes, you will cost it and submit to the executive. The executive will be. The reason why they are making the fund available to the legislature is that sometimes when it goes into the executive or government coffers, the money will be difficult to bring out. It will be difficult to appropriate. So I think it has helped, because the government cannot, the executive, when I say the government, I mean the executive, who's supposed to execute most of the projects, cannot see everything. There are little projects which the executive will not love to go into, will not have the time to go into. Let's say rural, especially in the rural areas, rural electrification. Yes, the government itself can do it, or the state can do it, but when it comes to villages, you find out that the government may not be able to go into that. It's 50-50. But I would love that it is usually supervised, the project is usually supervised by the legislator that got the fund, to make sure it is done, because people will hold you responsible if what he promised them was not well executed. So by and large, as at present, it's still, I can say, 50-50. Some legislators used to do very well. I can boast of my own constituency, federal, constituency, the MHR there, the legislature there, did very well, because what he executed, perennial canal that has been troubling the people, he specifically maintained it. And again, he was able to employ local people to be able to take part in the execution. It has been from the executive. Local people will not be able to. They will tell you, they will award the contract from top, and you wouldn't know those people that are coming. But now, they used to carry the chiefs, the local people along, that, oh, this is a constituency project, it is your project, this is what it's meant for. Therefore, provide people who will be able to work. I remember during the period I was in the House of Assembly, majority leader, the governor then, he belongs to the old stock, a very seasoned administrator. He didn't give any constituency project. He would ask you, what project do you want in your constituency? Do this for us, do this for us. Okay. Cost it, send it to the appropriate ministry to execute it. And he will tell you, please, it's your project, follow it up, and make sure that it is carried out. So, and like electrification, it wasn't myself who went, but he knew this is your project, and you will tell the people, if it's not done well, this is the person you should hold responsible. And fortunately, we were able to do that. So, but you find that nobody handled cash or anything during that period.
Okay.
But he will tell you, this is your project which you requested for, and you have to lobby to make sure, and you'll be supervising and make sure it is it's done correctly.
Okay, now coming from the place of corruption, this is one thing that has eaten the the fabric of the society now. You know, some of these legislatures or the representatives are not trusted to the level of, okay, we've had cases of constituency projects awarded and they are not where to be found to talk about the communities who will be benefiting from it. Beria Mujidat was of the opinion that people themselves should take ownership. They should be responsible for monitoring. So I want to know from your own perspective, considering the fact that you cannot rule out the fact that we have unfaithful legislators who are not the fact that people should get what they deserve. It is a way of giving dividends of democracy to the people. So considering all of this, how would you, advocate for the monitoring of constituency projects?
Thank you very much. I think it has to be redesigned and repackaged. There should be representatives of the constituency. Representatives of the constituency, elders, and let me say party leaders within that in that the apps or the agency. You will see the cost of the constituency project, what it's meant for, but we have not been seeing the supervising agency. So I think if it is redesigned in such a way that people will participate, it's not meant to be what they do now, that within that one, not that you are doing bazaar, or you come and have what do we call machines, to come and grinding machines. That is different. These are projects that the federal government could not do directly, but it's now being done through their representatives, who will make sure that is done. But the public, the people, the constituency should be carried along. The people within the constituencies should be carried along to know
the direct benefits of.
Yes, what are the direct benefits, to be able to see whether it is done very well or not. But what we see is that, as you have mentioned, a lot of them, a lot of the legislators will not carry out in fact, where they are supposed to spend maybe 200,000, that we execute the project, they will cut corners. We've seen it. I'm bold to say it. Is it well? Tito. There was one, and the public too. There was one which we did. I'm sorry to be referring to the period I served in the House.
That's a good reference point.
It's
yes.
a good reference point. Yes. I was even going to ask you a question about.
We had only one borehole. It was constructed during our Banjo regime in Wasini. It went before, during the period of the military, nobody cared for it. So when 1999 to 2003 regime came, that was during Governor Shoba. He resuscitated it. And I pleaded, say, Oga, please, it's only one source, and the town has expanded 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers. Will people be coming to one point to be drawing water from one borehole? Please, if you can extend it, that is, you lay pipes to strategic places that people. And he agrees. He said, ML, you have to supervise and make sure. And he spread the piping of the water into key areas that is not far. You will find out that when the next election was coming, people were asking us, is it water we will drink? Is it water we will drink? I said, give us money to buy food. You can see. So yes, are we going to be drinking water? And till today, people continue to go to the river, go to the stream to go and fetch water. So people, they should look out into the village, call the Oba on that area, call the elders in that area. This is a project which is meant to serve, and this is the purpose of the project. If it's not well done, it's your problem. So the best thing is to carry the people along, to let them know it's working.
So people themselves should take ownership.
Yes, they should take ownership.
Okay.
They should take ownership. If electricity is provided during the period we're still using these plants, generators, I make sure that the community employed guards. They were paying because the government has done it and left it. So I make sure that, please, we have to be contributing little money to maintain, because it's a project. If it's vandalized or gone, you can't go back to the government and say it is vandalized because it's improved.
Okay, so far, which of your projects are you kind of proud of as a majority leader? Do you have any?
I have. One, before my tenure, electricity was stopped at Obadaoko. Electricity stopped at Obadaoko. And that was where Governor Shoba finished during his first tenure. Now, when people came to me and said, look, you are representing Ewekoro State Constituency. We want this electricity to be extended. Well, you have to lobby. Anyway, plead, this and that, this and that. We will look into it. And he did it. The other one is the water. You find that at rural roads, you have to lobby. These are constituency projects. Sometimes meant to be done by even local government. But local government has enough in his hand. So you have to go and meet the governor. If you can do this, we'll be happy. These are the things. You're not having the cash. I don't believe in distributing cash. No, this is what is happening.
It's the order of the day.
It's the order of the day.
Say that. Well, you cannot do that because there's nothing practically you can do without having the money to achieve them. So people are just particular about what you can give them to be able to feed themselves.
The level of poverty.
Well, it's the level of poverty, really. So, well, we would only say or kind of be preaching that these are things that would stand the test of time. It's beneficial to everybody, but of course,
like what we are saying about the president now. People are thinking, bring money. We don't have something to eat. We don't have something to eat. If he gives everybody 1 billion, you will finish it. The constructing road from
1 billion, you say we will not finish it.
Constructing superhighway from Badagry to Sokoto.
From
Coastal
area, then from Calabar down to the Jordan. That will last forever. That will bring wealth because people, you'll be able to, within one day, you'll be able to travel from here to Sokoto. Accessibility. The corridor will develop. But if he distributes that money, well, that is why
maybe the two should be side by side.
Yeah.
Maybe. Better emoji that, as a stakeholder, when you look at a kind of general overview of what is going on at the moment, what would be your own kind of message to political office holders talking about community development, community needs, and making sure that this constituency project gets to the poor of the poorest masses? It is not just because I want to shine. It's not because I want to make a name as a representative. Then I'm bringing a constituency project that is not needed by the people. So what would be your message to these political office holders?
To the stakeholders or the political office?
Political office holders.
Thank you. To the political office holders, I would encourage them, whatever constituency project they are bringing to their constituency, they should have an oversight. They should set up a mechanism that will oversee the quality of job being done. Because for crying out loud, these constituency projects are not cheap. They are not cheap at all. So, like I cited the example of from Imeko to Iwoye. the road had not even been tested. It didn't, as they were laying the tar, the machine, I don't know what's it called, the caterpillar or whatever, laying the tar was sinking, and the road became worse than what it was before. That particular site, not all the sites. Some sites are okay. Those ones that have. Then for the street lights, I cited the Lumori as an example. Look at how street lights are falling here and there. Somebody facilitated it. I advise that whatever any legislator facilitated, he should follow up. He should set up a mechanism to check, because that project is assigned to its own name. It's assigned to its own name. And the contractors, and they should use locals, rather than bringing people from outside to come and perform the job. When they use the locals, we all know ourselves. You can't do a shoddy job and get away with it. But if you bring people from outside, when they go, because you don't even know where they came from. So for the legislatures, I would advise that whatever they are bringing that is assigned to their names, if they don't even want to protect that project, they should protect their own names.
Okay, let's look at the rules of constituency project on the Honorable Adiaka. You know, it plays a kind of several roles. It empowers people, like we have, you know, bringing sewing machines, you know, they come in form of empowerment, which we also, you know, believe. We have people say that most of these legislators will actually do that. The empowerment is supposed to be everywhere. All the people, especially the women, should be the beneficiary of all these constituency projects in terms of empowerment. But we're aware, or we got to know that most of these legislators would think, okay, maybe there are conversions somewhere. They convert it to do other things.
Sorry, sir, before he answers, I would like to just chip in something so that we answer everything together when you are done.
Okay, thank you so much. So now, I want to know that, you know, how can constituency projects kind of, you know, play the role of creating jobs? Maybe the way of stimulating the economy, sort of. What do you think? How do we go about, you know, balancing this so that you empower people, you know, you create jobs for people through constituency projects? It is possible. The jobless people will also vote. So if you are in office, you give them job, through this constituency project, you empower them, then this would help in a way. So what's your reaction to that?
I think we are getting things mixed up. Empowerment is different from project.
Oh.
Empowerment
clarification now, because to all these legislatures, the empowerment is as good as they say they are doing constituency.
What is the empowerment project?
Come now, bring materials or bring empowerment items, and it is regarded as their own constituency project.
It should come from his own sacrifice. It should come as a sacrifice from home. That is what we are calling empowerment. When you give somebody sewing machine, how many people are benefiting from the sewing machine? When you give somebody a refrigerator, how many people? That is empowerment. It's different from project. Project that you decided to go and do, like my sister mentioned. When you put electricity, it's not only one person. That's a project. But as was mentioned, the CDA or the community should be the one to supervise with the they should, even if part of the contractor as it was mentioned, the contractor should be local. The contractor should be local. If it fails, that contractor will be held responsible. There are examples of people they say from Abuja, from a contract is done to be given to for constituency project, and you bring somebody from outside. Immediately it finishes, Shabelojuyoyo.
Exactly.
This clarification goes in on
Yes. So empowerment is independent of the
because we are made to believe that this empowerment is also
A
a constituency project. They have come out to say that we are bringing this for you as our constituency project. And people
I'm hearing this for the first time, that empowerment is not a constituency project.
Exactly.
Because what we heard was we give them certain number of Okada, certain number of this, certain number of that, to go and empower their constituency. Are you saying now that is the money that is coming from their pockets? Because we have a low...
Or are you saying it should not
because there used to be a house of rep of blessed memory. I went to his house and I saw about 10 marwa keke napep in his compound, and I saw a lot of dilapidated. He didn't give to anybody. Would he have bought it to so money, sir, and he won't give? Then there are some again, when the legislators share those empowerment, they give to their family members only.
And they even say it is constituency project.
Yes.
Where they mix up.
Yes.
So
you see, I stated it, a project is different. A project will be the one to benefit the larger area, the constituency.
You said maybe it's coming from their pocket.
That's empowerment.
Would somebody buy money with his own, buy tricycle with his own money and allow like 10, 15 to dilapidate?
I think Honorable Adia,
maybe he's getting...
No, I think he's trying to let us know that the ideal thing is to do a project, a visible project.
Okay, rather than...
The empowerment should not be,
dryers.
Empowerment through dryers, through Okada, through Keke should not be a constituency project. It should not be termed to be a constituency project. That ideally, a project like a sinking of borehole, like provision of street light, these are making roads,
healthcare facilities,
these are constituency projects. But we've heard over times that our representatives will come with all these empowerment items and call them their constituency projects.
When you distribute about 100 kekemawa to people, how many people in a constituency with more than 5,000 people
benefit?
How will they benefit? And the other person will be using the kekemawa to make money. His own. The hair dryer will be made to make money. How many people will do that?
In fact, so they even give to only the legislator will give to the party leaders. The party leader will give to their members.
And such a legislature will not come back and do any constituency project, banking on the fact that I have done this and it is my constituency project, and nobody is asking questions.
For instance, let me give an example. I have to refer to. During the period we were in, there wasn't much borehole syndrome. It was deep well. Deep well. And you buy a generator, you put in the tank. I'm telling you, up till now, since 2023, 2003, that I left the house, those wells are still working. Is just to repair. That one cuts across political parties. For instance, when you are doing these what do we call it? Giving Okada, giving these empowerment. You wouldn't give empowerment to opposing party.
Exactly.
Is that empowerment?
And constituency project is meant to
for everybody, whatever you want.
That deep well which I sunk during the period, which I love it, don't say which I sung, which I love it to be sung. Are you following me? Deep well. It's that one that made, when the next election year came, we were using that one to campaign. This is the deep well we sunk during this period. It's when they need repair. Oh, the generator has broken down. We got another generator, put the head tank. People were good. And you know our people. Anybody more omi to ba chicken to ba dibo fún party ada. You see? But if I've already if it's only a generator
binding on
up till now, most of the deep well, that is what I call project that is last long.
But now, sir, even with that project, you will still give them money.
They may not even come back and do projects at the end of the day. Some will not do.
I'm even saying, even if the facilitated a project and it's not giving them money, in this present, that is fine. Not only the politician.
That is not the plot. No, they rule out from advanced democracy. Did you hear that Trump was giving money? Or Bangladesh in Israel was giving money?
Unfortunately, we are in the new normal.
Yes. You see, that is why maybe some of us, they call us old school. They say, oh, that era is so.
Maybe you are.
Maybe. And if you want to contest now, and you bring moon to the soil, to the earth, you brought sun to the earth, and you didn't give money. They won't vote you.
That is why we don't get good quality projects. Because if I'm giving you money, it's from my purse. Automatically, when I have the constituency project, I will take it back and then be able to do certain things.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, it's been a swell time with my guest in the studio today. And as we conclude this week edition of the Roundtable, one thing is clear, and it is a fact that, consistency project is not just what we can just say, something that is very, very important, talking about the fact that there are more than budgetary allocations. There are actually, investment in people, communities, and the future of our nation. So we should not handle with levity. We should not treat with kid's gloves at all. It's important as a legislator, take your constituency project serious, bring it closer to the people, and the people take ownership of your constituency projects. Thank you so much for that insightful contribution, my guest on the show today. Barry, thank you so much for making time out to join us. And Honorable Adiaga, we have actually, picked one or two things from your wealth of experience. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, that's the size of the program today. Join me again next week for another interesting episode of the Roundtable. Until then, my name still remains Moreni Keji Shobaloju. Keep exploring and making the best.